Hello, my name is Audrey Rwabuogo. I am a farmer and an entrepreneur, but I like to teach ideology to our structures in the movement, to our leaders, to young people, and to our country. There are mainly three revolutions of rebirth for nations. All nations have to necessarily go through them at different stages in order to overcome bad government and poverty and grow into their full purposes. The earlier a nation transits through each, the better for her people. The three are these. First, political revolution. This is about people and their spontaneous awakening to liberate themselves. To do this, a people have to be highly conscientized. They have to be highly politicized, involved in the struggle. This is how they restore their right to vote. Writing about the change that happened among the Algerian peasants, for example, during the Algerian Revolution 1954 to 60, the author and psychiatrist Frantz Fanon says, and I quote, "The couple is no longer shut in upon itself. It no longer finds its end in itself. It is no longer the result of the natural instinct of perpetuation of the species, nor the institutionalized means of satisfying one's sexuality. The Algerian couple, in becoming a link in the revolutionary organization, is transformed into a unit of existence." End quote. This is how, for example, the people of Ngoma and Wachato sub-counties in Nakaseke district were able to raise 21,000 heads of cattle for the National Resistance Army in September 1983. It is a radical mutation of the peasant, as Fanon called it, into a fighter and a defender of his rights. This only happens when he is presented with an opportunity to own the struggle through good education and involvement. This is how the struggle was fought and won by peasants of Uganda, how women joined the struggle, how the priest and his flock participated, how the father and son all took up the struggle as the ultimate decider of their destiny. With good leadership, they liberated themselves from the dictatorships of Idi Amin and subsequent bad governments. This phase helps the people resolve something very important. This is the military and defense situation of their neighborhood and their nation, and they therefore create stability. This indelible lesson was confirmed to me recently when I spent a night in the village of Kamata in Pachwa sub-county in Kibale district. I was running early in the morning and I was stopped by peasants who asked for my identity halfway the run. They included a woman, LC1 chairperson, and her name was Ednance. She said no stranger spends the night in her village and runs early in the morning without letting her and her fellow leaders know, as a way of ensuring the defense and security of her community. That brought home the point to me that the defense of our community is right in the hands of the very people who are highly conscientized, the movement people. Now, the children of peasants became army officers, and they became accountable to the population and not the foreign interests in the resistance war. You do this by building nationalism which is superior to sectarianism, and you continue to expand this base for the defense and integrity of the African through Pan-Africanism. To achieve this, one has to really continuously answer the question of who owns the struggle and who was victory delivered for. The people are not the enclaves of the elite, and their narrow interests own the struggle. The people are the owners of the struggle. The struggle helps them to identify their fundamental, common, and legitimate interest. Without overcoming the obstacles of the political struggle, it is very difficult to move to the next stage of growth and development. If you take a look at the nations that haven't solved the political question across the world, it shows you why this stage is a precursor for positive, irreversible national change. I thank you.